Welcome to Brave Inspires Brave, the podcast that ignites the flame of bravery and empowers leaders of today and tomorrow. I'm your host, Heather McWilliam, and I'm thrilled to have you join me on this incredible journey.
Let me try to think of the best way to put this. What I want people to walk away with from this conversation is viewing leadership and other human beings, people around you, not as assets or resources, but viewing them as a community of people set out to achieve a collective common mission, which I know you're doing that with Brave Inspires Brave. But is it really any different inside of any company, big or small, any team, big or small, that involves more than two people? It's really the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. And what does good look like? We talked about it. What does bad look like? We talked about it. How can people, what should they do, right, after hearing all of this? And I think I'd like to throw something out there that is an easy thing that everybody can do. I call it A.L.A. And number one is sit down with everybody and ask questions. Ask people. That's the first A in A.L.A. Ask questions. What could I do to make things better for you? What kind of support is missing from your job, right? What kind of job do you think you should be doing? Are you even in the right job, right? Mm-hmm. If I don't know that, then I can't do anything. So ask those kinds of questions. And really, if you think about it, Heather, you're getting to know the person and know hopefully their aspirations, right? Mm-hmm. And people, you'd be amazed at what this starts to do for people. The second one is L, which is to truly listen, take notes, get out that journal, write it down, make sure you capture what they did. We did all of this in Zambia. When I went into Zambia, the price of copper had dipped on the global financial crisis, and they made a change at the top. And they asked me to go in as a CEO and help to turn it around and hire in a replacement and fix the broken culture, because they had some parts of the culture that weren't operating so well. So I went in and applied A.L.A. and which I had learned in London after that 19-year story that I told you about. So you listen, you take notes. And then the final A in A.L.A. is to then act. Okay, then you take your action. The sequence is really important. You've got a lot of leaders that go in, they take action, and then they wonder, why isn't it working? And then they start asking questions and they never listen. So the A.L.A., the sequence is important. And so what I used to do, what I did was, basically, and this really built legacies and changed organizations. It changed the saltwater and freshwater into a hybrid water where everybody could thrive, right? And it was the A.L.A. formula. And so as part of doing A.L.A., you say, okay, and I remember in Zambia, we had 88 A's, actions. And I told everybody, there's no way we can do all 88. It's not going to happen. Okay, but I'll commit to 5. And these are the 5. So tell me what you think. And, they were okay with the 5. They were the 5 big ones, right? And I had the union there too, by the way, just as a side note. So it was fully transparent. And we agreed that's going to be the agenda for the next year. We're going to change this culture. I'm going to give you these 5 things. One of them was customer repricing, because they were getting a lot of pressure on the front line and complaints that our products were too expensive and people were just getting beat up every day. So that one of them was to fix that. We wound up undoing and refunding a lot of money to people and repricing how we did things. And boy, that really turned around morale. And we made a lot more revenue from all of that, because
That's
everybody
amazing.
all of a sudden felt better, right?
Take the pressure off, the number one.
Take the pressure off.
Mm-hmm.
The other was, instead of top-down goals, we enabled bottoms up, like the example I gave with the Bret Heather thing a while ago. that was transformational, because then we produce 3.8 times more with bottoms by allowing people and tooling them up to set their own goals instead of giving them tops down goals. It's amazing what that does, because like you said, it relieves the pressure. So, and then we did 3 other